Should we really class Manchester City and Arsenal as bottle jobs? Let's think about it. Absolutely not. It's crazy to think that the bottlers, because one got beat off Real Madrid, arguably the biggest club in the world, and the other got beat off Bayern Munich, the biggest club in Germany, and there's no shame to that. Football is about winning and losing. You're not going to win every game, and you're not going to lose every game. And I think fans are too rational now. They're on you like a little rash. As soon as a team lose a game, that's it. The bottle jobs, that's it. Game over. Life's over. Just relax. You will lose a game. That's part of sport. Sport is about being competitive, winning and losing. So for Mark Goldbridge to come out and say that Arsenal and Manchester City are bottlers is a bit ironic, because you've got to think Manchester United were also in this competition. Did they get this far? Absolutely not. When you think about it, they absolutely stunk out their group stage, where they were in a group with Bayern Munich, which is no shame, Copenhagen and Galatasaray. Man United finished bottom of that group. Not only that, they set a new unwanted record of conceding 15 goals, which is the most out of any English side in the group stages. So you can't come at any team and call them bottlers when your team is absolutely stinking the gaff out. And that's me being real, that's me being honest. But if we look at the ties, they were absolutely not bottlers, because, as you know, Man City went to Real Madrid, drew 3-3, brought them back to the Etihad and got beat on penalties. There's no shame to that. But if you look at the statistics, Man City dominated the game throughout. 67% possession, 33 shots. They absolutely dominated it. But Real Madrid got through. And I'm seeing a lot of people say that Real Madrid, they've never seen Real Madrid dominated like that, which I understand. However, you've got to think back to last year. Real Madrid went to the Etihad and they played their normal style and got battered 4-0. Were they going to make the same mistake twice? Absolutely not. So they did sit back, they did defend well, and they caught them on the counter. And that's exactly what the game plan was. There's many different ways to win a football game. You can play possession-based football, you can counter-attack, you can park the bus. There's so many different ways of winning a football game. There's no right or wrong answer. But what Real Madrid did is learned from last season and didn't make the same mistake twice, which I respect. So what they did was pretty much, instead of playing offensive football, they were compact and hard to beat, and they broke them on the counter. And that's exactly what Carlo Ancelotti set them out to do, and exactly how they won that game. If they didn't do that, I don't think they would have went through. So you cannot criticise a way for them to play to their strengths and play the opposition weaknesses in order to get through a Champions League tie. That's what it's all about. But I do think the difference from last season to this season was Antonio Rudiger. I thought he was outstanding. He was strong, he was quick, he was on it, he was switched on, he was commanding, he was brilliant throughout the tie. And I think he was a difference, because if you think back to last year, he got dropped for the game at the Etihad and they got beat 4-0. He started this one and they drew 1-1, went through 1 penalties. I thought he was superb. So, in my opinion, you might say City overall deserve to go through. However, getting the job done is what it's all about. Real Madrid fans don't care how they went through, as long as they go through. That's what it's about in the Champions League. So, moving on to Arsenal, Bayern Munich. Again, they're not bottlers, because Bayern Munich are still an outstanding team, and Bayern Munich are still on course for being a better side than they have been in the past 5 years. And although they're not going to win the Bundesliga title, that's not because of them being poor. It's because of Bayer Leverkusen being so good. They've literally been the best team in Europe And that's the difference. And you've got to look at this Arsenal side. There's not much Champions League experience in that. You've got Kai Havertz, you can argue. You've got Jorginho. Who else? Martin Odegaard's played a few times in the Champions League for Real Madrid, but that's about it. Declan Rice hasn't. Bukayo Saka hasn't. Gabriel Martinelli hasn't. William Saliba hasn't. Benjamin White hasn't. So there's not much experience in that side, and they're a very young side. So they're still learning, and to call them bottle jobs is crazy. Arteta is a good manager. The way he's transformed Arsenal in the short period of time is outstanding. And you've got to think Arsenal have not played Champions League football in 7 years. So this is new to them. And to think that they were so close to getting through. They really pushed Bayern Munich all the way, really. Because Bayern Munich only won 1-0. And Bayern Munich have got some well-seasoned engines in their squad when it comes to UEFA Champions League. So in my opinion, I think Arsenal will live and learn from this. And I think they will get better, because we've seen them live and learn from the Premier League last season. And they have had a switch of mentality this year. It's evident to see. So why can't they do that in the Champions League? And I'm also seeing a lot of people say that Arsenal have beat nobodies in the Champions League. Look, this is the Champions League. Dally ding, dally dong, in the words of Claudio Ranieri. This is the Champions League. There's no mugs. There's no givens. There's no pushovers in the Champions League. Just ask Man United. They got beat off Copenhagen and Galatasaray. There's absolutely no pushovers in the Champions League. So it doesn't matter what run you get to the final, as long as you get that final. Although they went short this time round, but there's no reason why they can't get there next year, because they have the ability, they have the quality. They just need that little bit of lady luck that Real Madrid got against Man City. So that's my opinion, guys. I want to know your opinion. Drop us a comment in the below. Do you think Arsenal can push to success next season? And do you think this is just a hiccup for Manchester City? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to follow, subscribe and like. I appreciate you all for watching.